Have you ever wondered if a simple penny in your pocket could be worth a fortune? What if I told you that one wheat penny in US history sold for over $1 million at auction? In this video, we'll uncover the top 5 rare wheat pennies still hiding in circulation, and along the way, I'll reveal which one set that unbelievable record. And here's a challenge for you. If you already know which wheat penny sold for over $1 million, tell us in the comments right now. Stick with me until the end, because the answer might surprise you. Number 1. Imagine spending a penny that looks just like this, only to later discover it could have been worth thousands of dollars. The 1944 wheat penny with the Denver Mint mark is one of the most talked about coins in US history, and what makes it even more exciting is that there are actually 2 versions. One is common, and one is so rare it has shocked the world at major auctions. Don't spend it until you know the difference. The year 1944 was a turning point for the Lincoln wheat penny. Just the year before, in 1943, the U.S. Mint made pennies out of steel because copper was needed for World War II ammunition. By 1944, copper was back, and millions of copper wheat pennies were struck at the Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco mints. That included the penny you see right now, the regular copper 1944D. Now here's where the mystery begins. At the Denver Mint, a few leftover steel planchets from the war years accidentally got mixed in, and the presses struck a handful of 1944 pennies in steel instead of copper. Suddenly, there were 2 different kinds of 1944D pennies, the ordinary copper version that most people know, and the ultra-rare steel version that only a few collectors have ever seen in real life. So let's talk value, because this is where things get exciting. The regular 1944D copper wheat penny, the type most collectors find, can still be worth good money depending on its condition. In circulated grades, it's often worth a few cents to a couple of dollars, but in high uncirculated mint state condition, these coins can sell for over $100 or more at auction. A top-quality example graded MS67 red by PCGS once sold for more than $5,000. That means even the coin you hold could be a winner if it's in the right condition, but the steel version is the real legend. In August 2008, Heritage Auctions sold a genuine 1944D steel penny for an incredible $115,000. And then, in 2016, Stack's Bowers Galleries auctioned another example that soared even higher, bringing $158,625. That's right, one penny selling for more than $150,000. Of course, rumors have spread that these coins sell for $500,000 or more. While that's exaggerated, the truth is already unbelievable. Real 6-figure auction sales prove the steel version is one of the most coveted wheat pennies of all time, and it remains in extremely high demand among serious collectors. For collectors and viewers like you, here are some tips. First, always check the date and mint mark carefully. Second, test your coin with a magnet. If it sticks, you might have a steel version. Third, condition matters more than anything. A clean, uncirculated coin can be worth dramatically more than one that is worn. And finally, if you suspect you have the rare steel penny, get it certified by a grading service such as PCGS or NGC, because authentication is the only way to unlock those record-breaking prices. The 1944D penny tells 2 different stories. The regular copper version is a reminder that even common coins can hold surprising value in the right condition. The rare steel version is a numismatic legend that proves tiny mistakes at the mint can turn ordinary coins into life-changing treasures. So before you spend another wheat penny, remember this video. Your coin might be worth a few dollars. Or, if you're unbelievably lucky, it could be one of the ultra-rare steel cents worth over $150,000. Subscribe to HD Coins World for real auction prices, not fake rumors. Smash the like button if you enjoyed this story, and leave a comment if you've ever checked your change hoping to find one of these legendary coins. Thanks a lot for watching, and get ready for more incredible coin discoveries in the next video. Number 2. Imagine holding a penny that's more than 80 years old, struck at a time when the world was on the edge of war. It may look small, but the 1941 wheat penny with the Denver Mint mark has a story that collectors can't resist. This coin connects history, rarity, and surprising value in ways that make it a must-know for anyone who loves coins. Don't spend it before you hear its true story. The year 1941 was a significant moment in American history. The nation had not yet entered World War II, but tensions were rising across the globe. That year, the Denver Mint struck over 42 million Lincoln wheat cents. At first glance, this seems like a very high number, but with decades of circulation, only a fraction of these coins remain in collectible condition today, especially in the high mint state grades that collectors chase. On the obverse, you see the classic portrait of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner, with the date 1941, and the small D mint mark beneath it, showing it was made in Denver. The reverse features 2 wheat stalks framing the words 1 cent, which is why these coins are famously called wheat pennies. While the design may look simple, it's an icon of U.S. coinage history and a favorite starting point for many collectors. Now let's talk value, because this is where things get exciting. A circulated 1941 D penny is usually worth a few cents to maybe a couple of dollars, depending on its condition. But once you step into higher grades, the story completely changes. In mint state condition with full red luster, prices climb fast. For example, in August 2004, Heritage Auctions sold a stunning MS67 red 1941 D wheat penny for an impressive $5,705. That's right, over $5,000 for a single 1-cent coin. Collectors love the 1941 D penny not because it's ultra-rare like the famous 1944 D steel cent, but because finding it in top condition is a real challenge. Decades of circulation wore most examples down, so those few that survived with blazing red color and sharp details are in extremely high demand. In the coin market today, an MS67 example can still bring thousands, while more affordable mint state coins offer collectors a chance to own a piece of history without breaking the bank. Some people exaggerate and claim these pennies are worth tens of thousands in any condition. While that's not accurate, the truth is already exciting. The real auction records prove that the 1941 D penny can turn a tiny cent into a serious payday when it's in top grade. And that's exactly why collectors always keep an eye out for this date and mint mark. If you're a collector or someone who just found one in your change, here are some tips. Always check the color designation. Coins graded red are worth far more than brown or red-brown. Look closely at the strike, because sharper details mean higher grades and bigger prices. And as always, if you believe your coin is special, have it authenticated and graded by a trusted service like PCGS or NGC, because that official certification is the key to unlocking top-dollar sales. The 1941 D wheat penny may not grab headlines like the ultra-rare era coins, but it remains a favorite among collectors for its history, its design, and its surprising value in the right condition. It proves that even a common coin from pocket change can carry a story worth telling, and sometimes, a price worth celebrating. So before you spend another wheat penny, remember this video. Subscribe to HD Coins World for real auction prices, not fake rumors. Smash the like button if you enjoy learning about rare and valuable coins, and leave a comment if you've ever found a 1941 wheat penny or want me to cover another coin from your collection. Thanks a lot for watching, and stay tuned for more hidden treasures waiting to be discovered. Number 3. Picture this, an innocent-looking penny from 1957, still showing the portrait of Abraham Lincoln. At first glance, it seems like just another old coin you might ignore. But don't be fooled. The 1957 wheat penny, whether struck in Philadelphia with no mint mark or in Denver with a small D, has secrets that make it far more valuable than 1 cent in the right condition. The year 1957 was near the end of the wheat cent era. Just 1 year later, in 1959, the U.S. Mint retired the iconic wheat stalks on the reverse and replaced them with the Lincoln Memorial design. That means the 1957 wheat penny is one of the very last issues in this beloved series, giving it extra historical appeal to collectors today. On the obverse, you see Lincoln's profile with the motto, "In God We Trust," Liberty, to the left, and the date, 1957, to the right. If your coin has a small D beneath the date, it came from the Denver Mint, which struck hundreds of millions that year. On the reverse, the classic 2 wheat stalks framed the words 1 cent, a design that had already been in use for nearly 50 years. So, what makes this coin valuable? Most circulated 1957 pennies are worth only a few cents, maybe 25 or 50 cents to collectors who just want a basic example. But the real story begins when you look at condition. In high mint state grades, especially with full red luster, values climb dramatically. For example, Heritage Auctions sold a brilliant red 1957 D wheat penny graded MS67 Plus for an astonishing $2,230. Yes, you heard that right. A 1-cent coin selling for over $2,000. Collectors chase this penny not because it's the rarest, but because finding one with blazing color, sharp strike, and no marks is extremely hard. Most were spent, tossed in jars, or damaged over decades. That's why those few survivors in pristine condition command incredible prices on the auction block. Be careful though. Many people online exaggerate and claim every 1957 penny is worth thousands. The truth is more exciting when you know the facts. Common, circulated ones are worth a little. Uncirculated red gems are where the real money is. And auction records prove that collectors are willing to pay thousands for the finest known examples. If you find a 1957 wheat penny, check its condition closely. Look for that fiery red luster that signals a high grade. Examine the details in Lincoln's hair and coat. Sharp lines mean less wear and more value. And if you think your coin is truly special, send it to a grading service like PCGS or NGC. The right grade could make the difference between pocket change and a payday in the thousands. So before you spend a 1957 wheat penny, remember, this isn't just an old coin. It's one of the last wheat cents, a piece of American history, and in the right condition, it can be worth far more than anyone expects. Stay tuned, because the next coin on our list may surprise you even more. And don't forget to subscribe to HD Coins World for real values, real history, and real collector tips, not fake clickbait numbers. Smash that like button and tell me in the comments if you've ever found a 1957 wheat penny hiding in your change. Number 4. Imagine holding a coin that's been around since the final year of World War II. The 1945 wheat penny with no mint mark, struck at the Philadelphia Mint, looks small and simple, but it carries both history and surprising value. You might overlook it in pocket change, but this penny has stories worth more than a single cent. In 1945, the United States Mint was producing coins under the pressure of war and recovery. Just 2 years earlier, in 1943, pennies were struck on steel because copper was urgently needed for ammunition and equipment. By 1945, copper was back in use, and the wheat cent returned to its classic bronze composition of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc. That means your 1945 no mint mark penny isn't just money, it's a symbol of America transitioning from war to peace. On the obverse, Lincoln's profile appears with the words, "In God we trust," arching above, "Liberty," to the left, and the date, 1945, to the right. The reverse shows 2 wheat stalks framing 1 cent, a design that had symbolized prosperity and strength since 1909. Because it has no mint mark under the date, you know this penny came from Philadelphia, which struck well over 1 billion of them that year. Now here's where things get interesting. Most 1945 pennies you find in circulation today are heavily worn. Those are usually worth just a few cents to collectors. But the story changes dramatically when you look at condition. Bright, uncirculated coins with full red luster can be worth far more than you'd expect. For example, Heritage Auctions sold a stunning 1945 Lincoln cent graded MS67 Plus red for an incredible $10,200. Yes, over $10,000 for a single penny. That's why collectors chase this coin. Even though millions were made, only a tiny fraction survived in pristine, gem condition. Most were handled, spent, and damaged long before anyone thought about saving them. But the rare survivors, especially those with fiery red color, are in huge demand today. Be cautious though. Online rumors often claim every 1945 penny is worth thousands. That's not true. The average example is just a few cents, maybe $1 or $2 for nicer circulated pieces. The real treasures are the top-rated gems certified by PCGS or NGC, and those are the coins that bring shocking results at auction.so. If you find a 1945 penny with no mint mark, study it closely. Look at the details in Lincoln's hair, coat, and jawline. Check for that original mint red shine. If it looks sharp, it might just be worth sending to a grading service. And who knows, your ordinary-looking penny could be a four-figure prize waiting to be discovered. Before you spend a 1945 wheat penny, remember, it isn't just a coin. It's a piece of wartime history, a symbol of America's strength, and in the right grade, a ticket to thousands of dollars. Stick around, because the next coin on our list will take this journey even deeper into the hidden value of wheat cents. And don't forget to subscribe to HD Coins World for real auction prices, not fake rumors. Smash that like button, share this with fellow collectors, and comment below if you've ever found a 1945 penny in your change. Number 5. Imagine holding a penny from 1949, a coin that came just after World War II. The 1949 wheat penny with no mint mark from Philadelphia might look ordinary at first glance, but in the right condition, it hides surprising value. And here's a question for you. Do you know which wheat penny has sold for the highest price in US history? Keep watching, because I'll reveal that when we get to this coin's auction record. In 1949, America was recovering from the war and moving into prosperity. The Philadelphia Mint struck over 217 million wheat pennies that year, so most people assume they're common and worthless. But coin collecting is never that simple. On the obverse, Lincoln's profile sits proudly with "In God We Trust" arching above, Liberty to the left, and the date 1949 below. Because there's no mint mark under the date, we know it came from Philadelphia. On the reverse, the famous wheat stalks frame 1 cent and United States of America, a design that symbolizes growth and strength. Most examples you'll find in circulation are worn and worth only a few cents. But if you find a gem-quality coin with blazing red color and sharp detail, the story changes dramatically. Heritage Auctions once sold a 1949 Lincoln Cent graded MS-67 red for $3,200. Yes, over $3,000 for a single penny. Now remember that question? Which wheat penny sold for the highest price ever in US history? The answer is the legendary 1943 copper wheat penny, an era coin struck when the mint mistakenly used bronze planchets instead of steel. In January 2010, Heritage Auctions sold one of these for an astonishing $1,700,000. That record still stands today, making it the king of all wheat cents. So, while your 1949 no mint mark penny might not reach those sky-high numbers, it's still a treasure worth looking for. Condition is everything, and true gems are in huge demand. And when you hold one of these coins, you're not just holding a cent, you're holding a piece of American history. Thanks for watching HD Coins World. Subscribe for real auction prices, not fake rumors, hit that like button, and drop a comment if you've ever found a 1949 penny in your change. Who knows? The next one you spot might be worth far more than you think.